So, I mean, oh, the ancient tomb is on the way anyway. So I assume we just keep pushing on.
I feel tired.
Right, we're already tired. Let's go down here. Oh, we walked across the heath for a long time, yet no sight sprang up before our eyes. By turns we discovered a verdant lowland, with several near-about springs streaming down behind another hillside. And then, in the distance, in the centre of lowland among the bush, there stood a single dry tree. A true giant. Its magnificent outline resembled an animal's paw clawing at the sky. But what was truly remarkable, the flat landscape was dotted by mysterious dark humps. They were piled about the height of a man and scattered around in abundance. Well, we'll explore. The further we trekked, the softer the land became. Step by step, heath grass gave way to moss, low-growing shrubs and ferns, and then sloshy puddles of stinky swamp water. The muddy ground sucked at our feet, and soon our party was jumping from hassock to hassock. Finally, we reached the first group of mysterious humps and learned they were no mere hills, but dug-out dwellings. We moved with great care towards the centre of the lowland, and there the real swamp began. On the way towards the mysterious giant tree, we saw the foggy outline of another hut, this one much bigger, surrounded by small clay statues. Examine the surrounding dwellings, or we can go for it, standing one behind another, tied together with rope. I think examine. Inside the dugouts were frowsy and darker than holes and filled with absolute desolation. There were no windows in these mud walls, no furniture or other homely items, except for the odd piece of tattered wicker. But every dwelling had a large hollow dug right in the centre of the dirt floor, like a fire pit, but taking up the greater part of the space. They were filled with standing water and reeked beyond description. We moved with great care towards the centre of the lowland, and there the real swamp began. Well, we'll try our law nature. Success! But because we had the rope. We walked slowly, carefully choosing our way, keeping to dry ground as much as possible. But the further we went, the more difficult it became, and soon we were wading waist-deep through the cattails. Frogs croaked loudly as we peered anxiously into the cloudy water, struggling to make out what shadows flitted along the bottom. We often stumbled and lost our balance, but our trusty rope and the aid of our friends saved us from being lost to the bog. The insatiable bog gurgled hungrily after us, but we did not look back. Sodden and weary, we finally made it to solid ground. And a palace of sorts rose before our eyes, a spacious hut made of mud like the rest, but decorated with pebbles, bones, cattail spikes, and snail shells. In front of this palace was a wide and shallow reservoir. Its green water reflected the leaves of huge ferns and primitive clay figurines. The buzzing of gnats was nearly deafening. We were not far to the centre of the swamp, and a firm and steady path led there through the thick bushes. At its end, that tall, dry tree stretched mightily upwards, clawing at the firmament. Okay, knowledge world. We carefully examined the clay figurines, trying to fathom who they might portray. Goggle eyes, flat heads with no necks, ears, or chins, ugly long legs, unnaturally bent. These sculptures could only be the work of boggards. Primitive, cruel boggard tribes inherited the swamps of Garand and Avistan. These are the continents. Since the olden days. Pitiless to others and to each other, they were led by the darker instincts of their insane priest-kings. They are known to grow young fry in the pools inside the houses. Okay, so that's what the other places were. We peeked inside the hut. The palace was twice the height of other huts, and its entrance was wide enough that 3 could walk abreast. The walls were decorated. An unknown builder had scratched drawings in the clay while it was still wet. The faded scroll depicted huge amphibians devouring smaller figures, some frog-headed, others not. 3 of the 4 rooms boasted large holes filled with water, just like the other dwellings, though there were steps descending into them, cut into the dirt. In the farthest room, we found equipment decorating the walls, leather armor, spears, clubs. To our surprise, a number of items were well preserved. The hut was clearly deserted, so we felt no shame in taking some of it with us. So yeah, we move forward, seeing we'd drawn so near our goal. It was ever so lovely to walk once again along the well-trodden path. Our soaked clothes imagined being dry, and our mood lifted at once. The bushes that bordered the path seemed to wave at us amiably, with their juicy green leaves and shiny bright red berries. A fresh wind puffed away the rotten smell, and it finally felt like the swamp might be nearly behind us. But then, the wind stopped moving, and the thorny branches continued to move, and we heard a loud shout. Valerie, who was watching our rear, pointed to a surging, crawling wall of green filling in the path behind us. The surrounding thicket was coming to life. Its branches reached out with a soft, swishing sound. Drops of sap oozed from the thorns, gleaming in the emerald dusk. The path was disappearing. There was no way back, and the clear space ahead was closing. Do we try and... oh, flip. I've got to know what my stats are. Can I find what my stats are? I can't find out what my stats are. Mobility? I'm trying to think. I don't think I put much in strength or mobility, and I don't know if it's our stats or the best. If it's the best, I think we might do better with mobility. Anyway, so go with mobility. Oh, alas, we were not quick enough. Green walls closed in around us, branches grabbed at our sleeves, wicked thorns scratched our hands, and our faces burned with acidic sap. Roots tangled our feet, and our blood fell on the leaves, but with great effort we broke away at last from the grasping green. Finally, after what seemed an endless trek, we came upon the gigantic dry tree that had so intrigued us from the beginning. Lo and behold, we saw an idol cut into its trunk. A huge, horned, three-eyed toad. Its googly eyes made it look both cruel and dumb, almost idiotic. Its muzzle hung half open, sharp-toothed, with several hanging tongues. Deep brown streaks oozed from the corners of its mouth. Religion. We tried to glean what sort of idol it might be. Sadly, we failed to glean whom the idol was devoted to, but it was surely not one of the lighter gods. But what is this? While we were examining the idol, a large, bright blue dragonfly came out of a hollow in the tree and sat invitingly on the very tip of one of our noses. It was so remarkably strange. It didn't react to our movements, seemed quite content to remain where it sat. I can try and eat it. Okay, no, it reeks of evil. We were certain it must be destroyed. Yeah. Though, or better, interfering with the sinister idol. No, I'm worried about this dragonfly now. Let's destroy it. Clearly, you could not leave such an obscenity unscathed. We drew our swords and slashed at the wooden face, and from it oozed black, sticky blood. We heard a great clap of thunder, and a thick fog arose from nowhere. The birds screamed furiously. More thunder soon followed, and with each strike, the sky grew darker and darker. Soon we couldn't see the sun through the fog. You know, we're trying to stop the fog. This may not have been a good idea. The air shuddered again, but was it still thunder or the creaky voice of the mysterious toad? Still, our iron blades dug deep into the blood-soaked wood, and at last the idol was smashed into splinters. The fog cleared away and silence descended. Suddenly we realized that every frog in the swamp had gone quiet. We turned almost with a sigh of relief and saw the flesh-eating bush had withered away. Satisfied with the job well done, we returned to where we'd come from. Wait, okay. Now, I think someone said we're tired. And I've got a curse of feeble body. But I don't know what that is. That's not helpful. How do I rest again? Shall we rest then? Camouflage. I need more people. Right, manage. Okay, so try and get the hearty meal. You'd be better over here, would you? Actually, no, the camouflage you're terrible at. So we'll pop you there. Yeah, if I had more people there. Like, yeah, use healing spells and abilities before resting. Hunting is required for a rest, but I have rations. Oh, I don't have any. No, I don't have any rations. Right, okay. 0 hours, you'll receive 4 rations. Okay. Successful camouflage will reduce the probability. Okay, we need more rations. I thought I had. Okay. Begin resting.
The more I travel, the more I'm sure. True nobleness is not inherited. Every other smug dimwit with a Marquess title has worse manners than his horse.
Uh-oh. There's someone on the road. Get ready. Okay, we're going to fight. So they probably have an advantage over us.
Enemy near.
Goblins. Okay. Right, okay, so I think you go,
Forwards.
and just shoot.
Serves you right.
I feel tired.
Yeah, I know. We're all a bit knackered. We've been woken up. Right, Valerie, what are you doing?
My skills exceed yours.
Valerie, what were you doing?
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Yes. I assume this archer's going to be pretty much identical. Oh no, slightly different armor. No, it's worse. Actually, did you have a better bow? No, I think they all had short
As you
bows.
order.
Although I don't know why these guys moved up. Yeah. So I assume that just means we rest a little longer. Curse of Feeble Body. How do I get rid of this curse? Is that from the last... Oh dear, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have done that bit of exploration. Lindsay's encumbered. Why are you encumbered? Why are you encumbered? Why are you encumbered? I don't think I can do much about it. Lindsay.
Just letting the ink dry.
Thank you.
Let us be careful.
That's not how we escape. How do we get out of here? How do I get out of here? So we're gonna have lower hit points as well. Oh. There we go.
The path is clear.
No, we'll just leave. So we've rested. That's kind of nice. Is it gonna? Do I want to go to the ancient tomb then? Or would it be better to go back? I don't know how to get rid of this curse though. So I mean, I could try and explore to find somewhere. But this is all, I assume this is fog that we can't get through. Well, we went through there, so maybe we can. Maybe we just can't see the things that are under there. Is there not like a major city or something? I don't know. I think we have to push on. Right. This might be where we meet Tartuccio again. Let's see what happens with our lower constitution. I was just going to quick save, but it's just auto-save, doesn't it? Garnet's always nice. Tartuccio's mercenaries. A gnome in gaudy purple garb seizes your attention. Of course, the scoundrel Tartuccio, who you know from your time in Restov. The vile gnome is standing on a small hill, expressing his discontentment in every way he can muster.
Let me guess, you're still dawdling. Should I make some tea in the meantime? Bake a pie, perhaps? Plant a small garden and harvest some cherries? Perhaps you'd be more comfortable wearing fool's caps and colored trousers. Then at least I'd be able to sell tickets. Come one, come all! Feast your eyes upon the slowest and the most ridiculous buffoons in Golorian!
I assume he's not actually doing any work himself, though.
Why hurry? The same end awaits us all.
Hold your tongue, gnome. I can hardly tell your twaddle from the buzzing of a fly.
I think they're getting on with Tartuccio.
Quickly now. If we don't find that artifact soon, someone else might seize it. Someone who's standing over there watching you right now, you fools!
Okay, I've got diplomacy. I think we've got diplomacy, haven't we? Yeah, Harim. I would not be happy. I would be happy to see you among my companions. Your faith does not oblige you to follow fools and liars like Tartuccio.
There is as much vanity in your words as in the words of all who have not seen the wisdom of Grotus. Yet you seem a worthier leader than the arrogant Tartuccio. Perhaps in serving you, I shall open your eyes to the teachings of my faith.
I see my magnificent rival will stop at nothing, even at stealing the servants of his enemy. Let us see if your fools are even more useless than mine. Draw your swords and cover my retreat.
Oh, I was thinking maybe I could also get thingy, but alright.
Pose? I need inspiration.
Oh, right. So they're... Right, you go there.
Stay behind me.
Yeah.
Aim carefully. Attack.
Oh, she's just leaving. Okay. Oh, is he dead? Wow, okay.
You deserved it.
A solid plan.
Okay, how do I deal with that? Have you got any kind of negative thingies? Daze him, please.
Tear them apart!
Uh-oh.
Any last wishes?
There we go. Oh, and there he's up. He's back up. Good. And we got a new friend. He's leveled. Woo. And now we have to follow his trail, which we will do. Right, you are a cleric. Are there any interesting things we could give you? I do want to... I do like the prestige, the idea of prestige classes. You can't... I mean, technically we're, what, 2/3 of the way to that? Yeah, so there's nothing really... Has he not got... Oh, no, because he isn't going to have the law religion. Which would have been useful in the last thing, but alright. Right, what am I doing? Oh, level up. He's got 2 levels, has he? How do I level... Oh, I have to pick. I keep forgetting that. No points there. He's got skill points. I think maybe the law religion would be good. And... his perception is quite high. Or would it be better to go with knowledge? No, we'll stick with that. Nothing new. And there we go. Okay. Right. Move you up there.